back there behind us. We are fixing to set off for our adventure, go check some traps. I didn't film the actual setting them up, but we'll check some. I think I may put one in this afternoon. But either way, out here we got a coon on the trap, so let's go see what we got. I think that is already snatched. We'll check the other two. We're gonna put a couple in. Kind of excited about our first catch of the year. About you, Cannon? Yeah. All right.
There's so many people around the world.
Yeah, right. All right. So back here, in front of me here, we have a pond. A little bit of a creek slough coming through. It's mostly dry, but if you can tell, there's a trail coming straight through here, going to the pond, going back into the woods behind me. And we had the foothold set, the dog proof, I'm sorry, right there. But we're gonna move it over because we got him a little bit bloody. So we're gonna scoot over just a little bit over here, out of the way a little bit. Go ahead, these things are super easy to reset and use. I don't know, please forgive me for my ignorance. I don't know if blood on it makes a difference. So I'm just going to reuse it with a little bit of blood on it. Just kind of cover up that chain a little bit. I don't know if that matters either. But there's the trap. And then what we got here, a little bit of corn mixed with a little bit of cat food. And we're just going to, what you want to do is just put it to over where you're over the trigger. You don't have to necessarily fill it all the way up. Just make sure you cover that. I don't know if you guys can see it inside there. But there's a little bit of a trigger, little bar that they grab a hold of, which sets off the trap. You really just need to cover that up. And otherwise, it's good to go. So I'm gonna put a little bit in there. Just work a little bit out here. Just give them a little bit of something to come up with. And this year, we've tried my golf ball. Putting a golf ball on top supposedly keeps the mice and rats out, but also gives a little bit of an eye appeal for the coons. He'll come knock it off and then end up getting down there and getting it. So far this year, white golf ball has struck one. We've got a yellow golf ball on another trap over here that hasn't got anything yet, so doing a little experiment to see if white matters. But anyway, that's how we set the dog proofs. All right, so we're gonna put another trap out to replace the one that got somehow jacked. I don't really know exactly what happened, but somehow my wire here was, and my C-clamp, this little clamp thing here was here, but the chain part and the trap were actually gone. My assumption is that trap, probably the C-clamp, kind of backed off, allowing the coon or whatever it is to dig itself here out, and probably just got lucky, pulled it off. So hopefully we'll catch a coon in the next couple weeks. It's got my trap on it. But for me, this is the super easy way to do. I don't know if it's a good way, but just adding the little loop allows me to kind of just wrap it around the tree instead of having to go around and drive a stake and all that stuff just for a dog proof. It seems to work pretty good. I've caught several like this so far. This is a new trap, so it's still kind of spicy. She's loaded. All right. And we do not have a golf ball for this one. I forgot to bring an extra one with me, so we'll just have a 3-4 experiment. One with golf ball, yellow, one with a white, and one with none. So we shall see how they turn out. Just kind of hide a little bit again. And there we go. All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to go over here, check a foothold, and just kind of look at it, check, and put a little bit more bait on one of my dog proofs, and then we're gonna go back around the corner and put another one out. So right here at this stump, I've actually got it's a Duke, and I don't know what size, coil trap right here. And then we've got right here some bait and lure. But if you can tell, we got a deer track right there, and then right there. So while I've heard it sometimes, well, another one right there. That's just crazy. They must have probably walked up here and smelled, I wonder. That's really weird. I guess maybe it didn't. But that's the foothold trap. We'll just let it lie. Come over here and check our other dog proof. Throw a little bit of bait around. So here's the yellow golf ball. I about dumped all my stuff out here. Just kind of spread a little bit of corn in there with it. Maybe bring their attention over here to it. But again, I drove a stake in on this one. As you can tell, a stake right here, a chain hooked to it, the dog proof sitting there. If I would have been told to, a little bit of an angle is good. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but it gives them something to look down in. But that's the dog proof number 3 on the property. All right, so this is the corner of the property. Looks to me like we've got a little bit of a trail coming from underneath the fence here. This was corn just a couple weeks ago, so I'm sure there was quite a bit of activity coming out of the cornfield. Come in here. I think we're going to put a dirt hole set right here, and just try our luck. I don't know, you know, learning every day, hopefully new things. So we'll see what it works. So we'll get a shot and get started. I also don't have a lot of cool fancy equipment yet, so I'm still trying to make some stuff work. But what we're going to be using is, I think there's a wolf pang or something like that. Drives it down in the dirt, and then when you pull back, it flattens out and it becomes the stake. And then this here actually sets on top of it. So let's see what we can do. I don't have a drill, an auger bit yet, so where's my hammer? There it is, covered it up. All right, so let's put the hole right there. I'd like it to be a little bit wider of a hole, a little more eye appeal. We'll get that out here in a few minutes. All right. trap bed to go somewhere in here. What this is, it's a little bit of a hole for my chain to actually go down in. A little of a bed. And then take my anchor in my driver here. Probably a little too deep for what we're doing, but hey. And there you go. We said we just seated that. Now my chain, all the crap out of the way, will actually fit down in that little bevel spot. One thing I do need to do, just haven't done yet, is put these, do some work on these traps to get them set a little more flat and make a night eye, or a night, I can't remember what it's called. It basically makes the trigger easier. Knot latch, that's what it is, knot latch. Crap down in the cool. I don't know if that'll matter or not, but I don't guess it will. All right. Then for pan cover, I'm using a, I didn't bring my sifter. Can you go get it? Can you go get it for me? For a pan cover, we're using just wax paper from the kitchen. And get Camden to run back and get my sifter to cover up. what we can do until then. I've got some Dunlap lure predator bait. Okay. Put some bait down there. And then some alpha predator lure. Try this here. I don't know, too much, too little, I don't really know. Okay, so we don't have my sifter. Must have left it at the house, I guess, or over by the thing. So we'll have to figure something out here in just a second, but I'll show you if I can what the finished product looks like. All right, so I think we made it work. As you can see, a hole, got my bait in it there, trap bed here, hopefully coming from this trail going over towards the pond and such. Something will come through here, get a little interested, take a sniff, and get caught. So we're gonna see. Hopefully I can keep you guys updated, but that's the traps we've got set out so far. We've got a coon on the board, and we'll see what we can come up with next week.